Hello and welcome to the trade setup. In this video we are looking at CRWV. It is time for another update, and on the long time frame on this chart we have been tracking this idea of a 1-2 setup, and I presented this interpretation with this support zone as soon as I started covering this chart, really when we were somewhere at this point in the correction, and it played out wonderfully. We do have a 3-wave structure to the downside, and technically we have fulfilled the expectations for such a wave too, and now we could be in a larger third wave to the upside. Now, to really have this as an ABC structure as it is noted on the chart, we really would probably need to push lower, but a wave 2 could also be a WXY correction, where in the case of this wave Y, it would be fine to have really an ABC structure that would really be the bottom here of this wave 2 correction. So technically, yes, in that case, we have a wave 2 complete, and we can indeed be tracking the third wave to the upside. Whereas if we really are in an ABC structure, we still need further continuation to the downside for this to actually work out within this count. Now, in the previous videos, I provided you this orange scenario that would really follow that interpretation, and we had this resistance area that was broken several times, and now we are comfortably above it. So I wouldn't really expect it to work out, but I cannot invalidate it. I cannot consider it invalidated as long as we do not break this B wave top, because that would be the beginning of this wave 1 in orange, and if we break that, that scenario is invalidated. But even though it is a low probability scenario right now, this orange interpretation, I would still like to keep it on the chart at least for a little longer, but I am mainly focusing on other interpretations, two of which are presented here in blue, where we were looking for a larger structure in a wave 1, and now that has actually become a lot less likely since we managed to push higher already, and I will even remove that from the chart. And instead, I also provided you this green interpretation where we would really be tracking a series of 1-2 setups that have occurred in this area to a point that I would normally consider unrealistic, and I wouldn't be surprised for this to develop into something differently, where we could still end up having even a larger correction even within this wave 2, or still not really succeed in forming the very strong third wave to the upside we would normally expect after such a series of 1-2 setups. And for that, there is also the risk that this wave B that topped here in this, or not even that wave B, but that this correction in the wave 2 could still reset, and basically it could extend into a larger ABC structure that would allow us to visit lower prices once again. And unless we actually succeed in forming a clear structure to the upside, where we have a 5-wave move, as we would have had in the case of the blue scenario, we had a 1-2 setup possible to occur, and I would have liked for the clarity of this chart to follow the blue scenario, but instead we followed the green scenario, for which I did provide you this support zone, and it worked out pretty much perfectly, where we got to the lowest point in the support zone, and then we pushed higher to the upside today, especially based on the news that came out about the Meta deal that CRWV is supposed to have gotten, or has already gotten, I'm not sure, but positive sentiment all over this chart. And currently I am tracking this continuation to the upside, but so far all I can really look with high probability at is the idea that this could be a double 1-2-1-2 setup that occurred, a third wave up here, a fourth wave down, possibly still ongoing in this wave 4, and now I would be looking for a fifth wave and then another 4-5 pattern, but that would really not be what I would expect in a third wave in this area. And if it fails to really form such a structure, where I would be looking at an ideal target in this case, let's see, at the $156 level, I would really have to assume that something different is actually going on, and we might have some type of a different diagonal structure, maybe some type of a different correction, maybe a wave 1 up, a wave 2 down, and an ABC structure within the third wave up. Many ways that we could look at this development, but the problem is, unless we form a more clear structure, we do not have a high probability trade setup for the longer term for the larger third wave to the upside. And for now, I will still be very cautious of this chart. I'm not really expecting the orange scenario to play out anymore, although technically it is still a realistic possibility. It's not something we will focus on, at least not on this channel, until we get further evidence of such a thing playing out. And for now, instead, I will focus mainly on this smaller time frame until we actually either complete it or we fail to hold the support zone. And for this internal, so we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that we are tracking here, and within this internal wave 3 we have a 1, 2, 3 and the fourth and the fifth that we would expect to develop. I would expect this wave 4 to hold support for a wave 4 in the area between the $137.5 all the way down to the $132 level. And as long as we stay above the 50% retracement here, which I will move to the right, I am still looking for continuation in this fifth wave to the upside, but realistically, we could have already bottomed. We did reach the first level of support. Now keep in mind, this is in a very short time frame, and structures shift massively within such cases, but I am at the moment still looking for higher, and once we have a top here in this fifth wave, I will be looking for another correction in a wave 4 and then another push in a fifth wave to the upside, because even if this really doesn't succeed in developing as the third wave to the upside, we can still look for some type of a C wave that could be developing in this area, and based on the structure and how impulsive it seems for now, I find it decently likely that it will succeed in doing at least a C wave in this area. So for now, these are the levels, this is the trade setup. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe and let me know what else you want me to cover, and I'll do my best to do that in the days and weeks ahead. And until then, I hope you have a nice day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.